Can you pinch hit for T-Rex? T-Rex is on the DL today with a injury to his ankle. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow. Mitt? No, you're not coming out. Can't herd cats. All right, Steve, this way. Come on. Over here, Steve. This way. Come on. This way. What do you see? Yeah, out the door, Weathermore with Steve and TK. It's good to have a backup plan. You're not going anywhere. Good morning, sky. It's a high barometer cloud. We have a cloud stuck over New England, even though the barometer is high. Gorgeous morning. Still in town. Lynx. Here there's a Coast Guard inspection going on today. All vessels need Coast Guard inspections now and then. What's the weather doing? It's kind of broken a little bit. Broken altocumulus sky with a lot of virga. You see all that gray fuzz coming out of the cloud there? That's virga. That's precipitation coming out of the cloud and evaporating before it hits the ground. You want to see the radar? Those are birds taking off from Buzzards Bay and Scituate and Wellfleet and scattering about the coast of Massachusetts this morning. And those are also showers near Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard. And that sound is a Carolina wren. No, that was a sparrow. And a Carolina wren. Anyhow, when I say broken, sparrow, it's a high barometer. Look at the surface map, the blue numbers. Pressure is up to 10,020 millibars, which is about 30.14 on your barometer. And if you have an old-fashioned barometer, it says fair weather, usually when you get the barometer this high. But there's been this cloud kind of stuck in this high-pressure system for days, and it really shows up on the satellite, quite expansive. And still some upper level low pressure, so there's still cold air aloft. So even though it's high pressure near the ground, low pressure aloft, it's still unstable, and it's still snowing on Mount Washington. At least it was before the sun came up this morning. So this now counts as day 11 in a row with snow on top of Mount Washington, which counts as New England. So New England has been snowing for 11 days. 6.5 inches up there so far. About 24 more hours of sub-freezing air up around 6,000 feet at Mount Washington. It's really going to warm up starting tomorrow night, and that's when it's going to get more active. We have another barometer of the weather here. It's called a weather stick. It's kind of pointed down. So it's not a Wednesday beauty. However, it is, regardless, the 6th week in a row where we're tracking a weekend storm. They've come in all varieties. I think week 1 was Lee. Now, 6 weeks ago that Lee went by. And then we've had all different forms of issues and challenges in the forecast department. Last weekend, it was a storm moving from northwest to southeast and then looping way out over the ocean. And that was very unusual. That's gone now. That's a blizzard in Greenland today. And remember, at one point, it looked like there'd be a nor'easter for us today. I mean, not a strong one, but there is a low out there. And so, you know, there's always some credence of reality in a long-range forecast, even though if it doesn't work out specifically. So there is still a little low in the orange dash line. That's the surface trough in eastern New England today. So scattered showers are around. Again, no rainbow this morning, but fabulous sunrise from our regulars. Rick in Agunquit, Maine. The sun got under the altocumulus layer. And Joe, Cape Homepage and Cape Cod, also, sun got under the altocumulus layer. Now the sun is above that altocumulus, and it's going to work to try and burn it off. So limited sunshine today. We've had just enough sunshine last couple days, even though the temperature outside yesterday in Boston, 50 was the low, 60 was the high. That's a mean temperature of 55. So that means 10 heating degree days as far as energy companies are concerned. However, the heat has not come on in my house yet because there was just enough passive solar. So hoping for just enough passive solar and very little in the way of wind today to keep the temperature in the house above 65 degrees. That means we don't have to turn the heat on. All right, let's get to the weekend dilemma. We're dealing with 3 low pressure systems there on the map coming in at us on Friday. Very complicated. It's going to take some time for those 3 lows to congeal into one, if that happens at all. So let's put them in motion. Here come the showers with sort of a pseudo warm front coming at us from the south on Friday. You have a low to the north, a new low forming off to the south. No longer looks like bombogenesis, and over the last couple days, that low had shifted out to the east. Now it's back to the west, going right into the coast of Connecticut. Friday night and Saturday is a 9 something. And that's not extraordinarily low. And there's another low well off to the west, kind of circling under. And finally, the 3 are going to try and congeal on the coast of Maine into one storm on Saturday night into Sunday. That's when the worst of the wind and the rain will be happening in northern New England on Sunday. So we're going to have off and on showers with not that much wind Friday and Saturday in southern New England. Then we all get the wind and another backlash of showers here Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, Monday. And then to the north, wow, what a cold front. Coast to coast in Canada, cold, really strong high. That front gets just about to the St. Lawrence River Valley and stalls with a strong low pressure system going up the St. Lawrence River Valley early next week. That would be warm for us. And if somehow future tropical cyclone Tammy can be in the Bahamas, that would be a player the middle and second half of next week. A lot of snow coast to coast with that one. First coast-to-coast North America snowfall begins Monday, and it moves well to our north by Wednesday and Thursday. We'd have to be more concerned about tropical troubles at that point, but only for a short time. When that front gets here next Friday or so, we're going to have near record cold across the northern plains. Then it'll be old cold coming to New England by next weekend. Getting to that time of year, usually some snow guns have laid down at least a layer of snow in New England, but so far it's just been very high elevation. Mount Washington got 6.5 inches of snow. Otherwise, we are on hold as far as that kind of wintry weather goes. Is that enough for today? Tammy is still forecast to become a tropical cyclone, but nothing like it was a few days ago. Now, still maybe waiting for us maybe next week. So yesterday, got to go on board Lynx. First, I went to the shore and did some time lapse. Very fun time lapse, and then was invited on board for the evening cannon ceremony, take down the flag, learn about the history of the privateer. Donald Peacock and crew, great hosts, great storytelling, so fun. I'm gonna get some more from that. I'll probably do a more comprehensive video of Lynx and its visit to Weymouth and plans for next year. So just a few snippets today, and then a more in-depth video will come out with you guys. Hopefully I'm gonna perhaps get a water view of it and go back on, do some more visiting today. So come on down to the beach in North Weymouth and take your pictures. Today is going to be really interesting sky again with the weather over the top of the interpretation of a privateer headed south after this week for the winter. Talk to you later. Mitt, he would have liked to come out, but I got to talk about the weather. I got to focus on the weather, so I had to leave you inside for this one. He's cozy. He's happy. Can't stop myself. Fascinating sky again today. I'll make a time lapse. Here it's about 2:40. Gonna miss the Lynx when she sails away. So interesting. You can get the skyscrapers of Boston there in the background. Not funny, haha. Funny in sort of a time warp sense, where that is a replica of an 1812 privateer with the backdrop of 1970s and even 20th century, 21st century sky rises in one of the oldest ports in the United States. And I believe the original Lynx did fight to defend the United States. Raining again. I think this is the third day in a row with at least a little rain, and it's just a little. She sails whether or not. I guess those kids got the invitation to go out there too. That's cool. May inspire some of those people, young people, to become sailors in the future. And the Lynx is all about education. Probably more than just nautical. The weather, and also imagine living in such tight quarters before the internet, electricity, flushing toilets, and such. I'm sure there are some modern amenities now. Dedicated to the memory of Robert A. Hopkinson, Hoppy, 1918-1989. I'm sure Hoppy would be happy if he could see this. I did not know Hoppy. Obviously a local legend. All right, it's about 5 o'clock. Is there happy hours on privateers? So anyhow, looks like there's a rain shower right over Boston headed right for us, so just north of Boston, so it'll be interesting. Who's in charge around here?
Hi Tim, how are you? The white sleeves on.
All right, this is I've gone by it in Nantucket Harbor a million times, but I've never gotten this close because it was always had to go by water.
Friends and new friends and old friends on deck of the schooner Lynx. Really grateful for Leif and Pia to coordinate this dockage late in the season that we could come in here, and we appreciate all the people from the yacht club that endorsed Captain Sean for coming in. And you never know where the tentacles go, but Leif and I have a story that goes back 25 years ago at the Boston Boat Show, so it's kind of unique. But anyway, Leif has been with us up and down the coast. Captain Sean has brought him in, and so we're really fortunate that we have him on deck. And so we just went through a few things, and we muster twice a day. We muster in the morning and we muster in the evening, and you get the ship's work going on. But if you look at, my name is Captain Don Peacock, but if you look up in the dictionary, what is a muster? It is a gathering of peacocks. So
Oh my goodness.
So we muster twice a day, and I guess we do that at Christmas time too at the Peacock's house. But anyway, so we're very grateful to be here. I think we've set the seeds for maybe a more formal visit for next year if you'll all have us, and we can really do it up for the community, because that's what Lynx's mission is, really a community-based mission that we expose the uniqueness of what was relevant and at the top of the sailing charts in 1812 to what is now today. And this boat was specifically built as a learning platform. She was built for on-deck training for trainees, but we use her for on-deck education purposes, platform for kids. She's very symmetrical, port and starboard.
What warranted that cannon shot when you guys were arriving?
A salute. When you get shot at by a tall ship nowadays, that's a salute. We were happy to be here. We were happy to have a place to stay. We were extremely tired, so being able to come and take hot showers, we wanted to give a shot off saying, hey.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Frankie Tracy. I'm Frankie Tracy. I'm originally from Nutley, New Jersey, and I worked on a tall ship in Pennsylvania for a bit, but found my way to the Lynx through Captain Peacock and Captain Sean, and never left.
Neat.
And I'll be here for the foreseeable future.
So we're getting close to sunset. Frankie and crew preparing to fire. I think that's Marymount and Quincy you're aimed at tonight.
They fired a 6-pound shot of iron. So that's a 6-pound ball of iron. I'm gonna go through the actions of loading and firing this gun, and this all starts with opening our gun door here. We don't want to blow off our own rail, so we'll pull our gun door up and not get caught down there. Tie it off to the cleat right here. And now this gun is ready to be run out.
2-6.
2-6. It's a callback we use to coordinate labor, so when we're hauling on the line, the leader will say 2-6. We'll all say heave and pull at the same time to make sure we're not pulling willy-nilly. To grab a 6-ounce charge of black powder wrapped in tin foil. At the time, it would have most likely been wrapped in canvas because they didn't have tin foil. And here we are going to use a tool called a ramrod.
How much powder is that, Frankie?
This is 6 ounces of black powder. So
6 ounces of
a
black
half
powder.
charge, they would have used about a pound of black powder, as I said, to get a ball to fire. But this is gonna make a really loud pop for us, but also keep us safe. So you use the ramrod to ram the charge into the back of the gun. So I'll lean over our rail here, pressing the charge all the way into the back of our gun there. And then the next tool will be an even bigger ramrod to really make sure we ram that charge as far back in the gun as we can. The harder we get it packed back there, the louder of a boom it'll make. Now, we can't fire any of that round shot that I showed off because technically that would be a war crime. So today, we are going to be firing off a piece of moldy white bread wrapped in a paper towel. This creates a really good wadding because it's able to pack that black powder back there. So right now we're going to turn our cannonades into the world's loudest and most expensive toasters. It's prick. This tool right here is called a prick. We use it to burst our black powder charge in the gun. So I'm going to thrust this down the touch hole of the gun, making sure to get a clear path to the black powder. And then we are going to prime this gun. I will take my historically accurate neon blue fast burning fuse and feed it down the touch hole into the hole I made with the prick before, so it reaches our black powder.
All right, stand by to fire.
Stand by to fire. Flats of your palms over your ears.
Fire.
Fire. And hopefully we have struck our enemy.
North Weymouth, 1st Quincy.
That was not a big boom.
I don't see anyone lighting any cannons aimed at us, so that's good. Feel a couple of raindrops. Does that cause rain?
We're okay, otherwise I gotta fire off another shot.
Oh, Bruins flag.
Oh yeah. 100th anniversary and all. That's appropriate.
Beautiful. There was no electricity or internet on these ships back then, so I'm sure you were the #1 entertainment, I would say. What instrument are you playing?
I'm playing a flute right now.
Flautist?
Yeah, but I also play 26 different instruments.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Caroline, I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh my goodness. And how many instruments do you have aboard?
Right now I have 3. I have my flute, I have my piccolo, and I have my bass guitar.
So music and the sea?
Yeah.
That's amazing. May I ask how old you are?
17.
That's just, you are inspiring me. You're a beautiful person.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.